Thanks. In this week's Wednesday's Child, we're introducing you to 16-year-old Ashlynne, a social butterfly known for her contagious smile, positive attitude, and great sense of humor. Bursting with creativity and artistic abilities, Ashlynne is super proud of her art projects and always has something colorful to show off. Swimming is one of her favorite activities. One day, Ashlynne hopes to have a job where she can help others and make a difference. But for now, she dreams of being part of a loving family who reciprocates her cheerful and caring demeanor. Ashlynne would benefit from an active, outgoing family who values intentional time together. For more information about Ashlynne or any of the other kids in need of adoption, go to adoptkskids.org. Still on the way, Christmas Eve.